What's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel on this Super Bowl Sunday. Patriots, Seattle Seahawks in Arizona for the Super Bowl. Let's go, Patriots. A lot of college basketball also going on here today, and a little bit of wrestling news as well. We're going to hear, I believe, on Monday Night Raw, the direction of Daniel Bryan and the direction of Bray Wyatt. Um, I think Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler are going to have a very early match at WrestleMania. I think those are what the plans are. And it looks as though that Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker probably will end up having a match at WrestleMania as well. Um, you know, I can see Wyatt and Undertaker uh, because of the way Wyatt's demeanor is and his mystique about him and whatnot. But I do have issues that, we haven't seen The Undertaker at all unless we finally do see him in the upcoming weeks prior to WrestleMania. So those are my issues there. But it's always good. And obviously, The Undertaker is a huge draw for the WWE, and it probably will be his last event. Um, but one really never knows. Triple H is supposed to announce a major announcement, referring to what happened at the Royal Rumble. And this might have something to do with Daniel Bryan's future. Um, we really don't know at this point in time. So, I'll be honest with you. I've been reading a lot of things as of late, and of course, it's only news and rumors. But of course, when you read them, they always stick in the back of your mind. And the WWE is talking about not really being on the Daniel Bryan bandwagon for a lot of this year. They're sticking to what they have planned. Um, and, I don't understand their theory or their logic of all of this, but we just have to wait and see what develops. I think that Bray Wyatt had a great showing at the Royal Rumble, as well as Rusev did. I was reading Stone Cold Steve Austin made a remark about Roman Reigns at the Rumble, stating that he was pretty much down in the corner on the ring for much of the time. And it's funny that he stated that because as I was watching the Rumble, I was looking around wondering where Roman Reigns was. Now, this year's Rumble was like the opposite of last year's with Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns was like destroying everybody last year. And this year he was pretty much sitting down in the corner. And I thought it was interesting that Steve Austin had brought that up. But also, uh, with the guys that were going strong within the Rumble, how would it affected the fans if Roman Reigns was to be on fire once again and throw the likes of Bray Wyatt out, Rusev out, early on, and a lot of the popular guys. I mean, I do believe that the the Rumble needs to really get refueled because we saw Daniel Bryan come in and he wasn't there for a very long time. And then we saw Dolph Ziggler come in at the end and he was just in for, you know, maybe a couple minutes at the most, if that. And, when you have your popular guys come in to the Rumble and get eliminated as quickly as they do, I can see where fans do get a little upset and whatnot. But this is the thing: the Rumble is a gimmick match or a gimmick pay-per-view, I should say, and the WWE has really failed in so many ways about keeping these gimmick pay-per-views alive. The Hell in the Cell, you're lucky if you get one match in a cell. Um, TLC wasn't too bad this past last year. They did have the stipulations. We no longer have Elimination Chamber. We still do have Money in the Bank. But all in all, the gimmick pay-per-views have really lessened throughout the years, and I think the Royal Rumble needs to be beefed up once again. I think they need to create more excitement going on in that ring when you have, from 1 to 30, no matter how many guys are in there when that 30th man comes into the ring, it needs to be exciting. It needs to be, entertaining and, you know, be that as it may, you gotta have at least one of your popular guys going to the end. And I do understand if he doesn't make it, the fans get ticked off. But the bottom line is you have to live with it. And that's just how it is. Um, it's a new year for the WWE, and you know I feel bad for Roman Reigns because he's getting so much heat. I don't think the man deserves to get the heat that he's getting. He was put in a situation in which, much like many others, like John Cena, when he's told you're winning the belt, and the fans get ticked off, it's much the same for Roman Reigns. I mean, people want their idols to win, their superstar to win, and you can't satisfy everybody because everybody has a different flavor of a superstar. They all have you know their superstars that they cherish and they love, and it always isn't going to happen, and that's the bottom line. But we'll see what happens here on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Very, very interested to see what develops on Raw, see what kind of, interesting things go on. I'm sure we're going to have another Rusev and John Cena confrontation. What will happen with Seth Rollins? I don't know. Um, will we see Brock Lesnar? I don't know. Probably not. But, you know, we're leading up to a pay per view on February 22nd, renamed called Fastlane, the old Elimination Chamber match. And, something big's got to be there for this pay per view. Or you got to look at it the other side of the coin. The WWE Network is giving these pay per views to anybody for $9.99. Um, and if you subscribe now, you get Fastlane for free. Does the WWE really care about putting together a great pay per view for wrestling fans? Or the other question is, does the WWE just take the fans for granted and figure, well, doesn't matter what we do, most of them are always going to tune in? And I think that's a wrong approach, but I don't even know if that's the approach. But anyway, we'll just wait and see what happens. Tonight, the Super Bowl, Seahawks, Patriots. I'm rooting for the Patriots. 33-24 Patriots. And we got another major snowstorm here in Connecticut. Could be up to like 14 inches of snow, all depending on the mix of sleet and freezing rain that's going to develop, later on in the morning tomorrow. So, but anyway, enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy Raw tomorrow. We'll see you next time. This is the Iceman. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great, great Sunday.